Hello, welcome to Jenny's Food Network. Alright, I would like to talk about how when it comes to losing weight, the mind will have its own enemy where if you try too hard to lose weight, you may end up gaining more weight. Okay, so it all correlates with our actions and how we think. And like if you think about losing weight too hard, or you know, like, oh, I gotta lose weight for my wedding, I gotta lose weight to be healthier, I gotta lose weight because I want to look better, I want to lose weight because I want people to see me as being more beautiful, I want to lose weight because I want to fit into my old wardrobe. Jet, Keo, turn it down. Jet.
Shut it.
And you too, Keo. A little more. And so your mind is going to be overwhelmed with stress because you have these really difficult goals that you have to lose a certain amount of weight for a certain event, or you just want to lose weight for yourself. Whatever the reason is, if you try too hard, way too hard to lose weight, you're going to end up gaining more weight, okay? Because it all makes sense. Like, you think about it too much, you're counting calories, you're counting fat, you're keeping track of the food that you eat. It's almost like you're becoming a little too obsessed with losing weight that you will be obsessing about food and how it frightens you. So as a result, you're going to end up putting yourself through a lot of stress and guilt, meaning that, oh, I should have not eaten that because now I'm going to gain weight. And then you're getting worried, you're stressed out, you're not able to be calm and peaceful, and you're not able to meditate. And the more stress and pressure you put onto yourself, like, oh, I have like a couple months to lose this amount of weight, or I have, oh, it's coming up soon, the wedding, or it's coming up soon of something that I have to look perfect for. So you're going to put yourself through a lot of stress, a lot of demands, and it's just yourself doing it to yourself. Of course, there could be other people who tell you you need to lose weight, you look better, you're overweight, you're obese, you need to lose more weight, it's not healthy for you, you could die from obesity or become diabetic, or you're going to go through cancer and going through heart disease. A lot of pressure is upon you, and you're going to go through so much like psychological issues that you just can't take it anymore, or that you're rushing it and you're not getting the results that you want, or you had set yourself a goal after a certain amount of days or weeks or months, and if you don't meet your goals of losing a certain amount of pounds, you're going to be even more stressed out, feeling like, oh, I worked out for nothing, oh, I ate healthy for nothing. But you know, if you are working out pretty good and good amount of times per week, and don't forget that muscle weighs more than fat, and you have to really figure out, are you feeling better after working out? Are you feeling more energized? Is your hair looking nicer and shinier? Is your skin glowing? Are you feeling more positive about yourself? Are you feeling like vibrant? Are you feeling like you love to help people and you love to be there for people and you love to be who you are, and that you love to express yourself in a positive way to win the world in your own natural way? It's pretty much, are you building good self-esteem? If you answer yes to all of those things, then that's really amazing, and that you are improving on yourself, and that your weight on a scale is not always accurate of how it reads in your mind, because you have to understand that muscle weighs more than fat, okay? And hopefully if you are eating properly and that you are exercising a good amount, and that you're not smoking and drinking alcohol too heavily or at all, then you should be starting off a really good journey, a really great start. And therefore you shouldn't be stressing out so much, okay? But if you are, on the other hand, the opposite end, if you are actually not watching what you eat and you eat whatever you want, and if you just eat whatever you want, now the next question is, are you eating the right foods? Are you just eating junk food and binging on high-fattening foods, or starving yourself, and then you start binging on more snacks and junk food, and then you feel guilty, and then you starve yourself again? Starving yourself is the worst thing you can do. It's almost best to get in a eating routine of eating smaller portions throughout the day, and that you're eating healthy stuff, not just snacking on junk food, but you're eating healthy stuff, okay? And if you eat healthy foods, you have to be careful on your portion, because even if you eat the healthiest foods out there, regardless if you home cook it or you order it from a restaurant, you can gain weight if you eat too much, if you eat more than what you burn off from exercising. So let's say if you want to eat green kale all day, or you eat oranges all day, or you eat apples and grapes all day, or if you eat cabbage all day. Okay, they may be nutritious for you with full of vitamins and minerals, but are you overeating? Because if you overeat, those can add up a lot of calories in your body and sugar. And if you don't burn up your sugar enough, then your body is going to turn that all into fat. It's going to turn all into fat. So you have to make sure that not only you eat healthy, but watch out for how much you eat. And be careful with meat. You should not be eating meat more than the size of your fist. And when you eat small portions throughout the day, it's best to stick with a portion that's no bigger than your fist as well. So you have to really balance and watch out how much you're exercising, how much food you're eating at a time, how much space in between you're eating before the next meal. It's best to wait about 2 to 4 hours before you eat the next meal. But if you can't wait, then just give about 2 to 3 hours for your body to digest the food before adding more food, because you might end up overeating again. So you need to have your body, give the body some time to digest the food, and before you start eating more, okay? Because if you keep eating every single hour, you're going to be adding a lot of calories, and you're going to be eating constantly, and it's not giving your body time to digest. And it might even lead to like upset stomach or a good amount of weight gain, because you might just be overeating without your body getting enough time to break down the food, and you're just eating and eating. So just be careful on watching out for your food portion and give it some time to digest. It's best, I've heard, that if you're going to eat a meal, try to give yourself some time before you start eating fruits. Because if you eat fruits right away after a meal, it's going to just sit on top of your food, and it's just going to make you really full and tired, okay? And you might end up just eating, you might just be intaking too much food and fruits at once. So to get the best nutrients, your body can only absorb a little amount of nutrients at a time. Okay, so it's best to give your body some time to digest before it starts taking more nutrients for the next time that you eat. So it's best to wait a bit, about 1 to 3 hours before you eat again. So if you want, you could snack on some fruits, healthy, nutritious fruits. And maybe you could eat an apple, or you could eat an apple and maybe some grapes. But like I said, don't overeat too much fruits, because like I said, you can gain weight if you overeat, even if it's the healthiest thing out there. So overeating, you can gain weight, okay? So, because it will add in a lot of sugar and calories in your body as well. So just think about that. If you get too stressed out while trying to lose weight, you will end up gaining more weight than you should be. And because if you eat something wrong, or it's the holidays, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's New Year's celebration, there's going to be alcohol involved, there's going to be a lot of sweets, desserts, a lot of food. And us as humans love to indulge. We might end up eating more than we should be, or you go eat at a buffet and you have 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates of food, and you have ice cream at the end. You might drink coffee or drink soda or drink sweet drinks or drink juice that's full of sugar as well, and you just eat like 2 to 6, 7 plates of food. I mean, that's a lot of food in one sitting, and that's a lot of calories and sugar and processed food you're intaking. So be careful how often you indulge. And then after that, you might feel guilty and be like, you know what, I need to get back into my old track and get back on the journey. But then you do it again. But then you got invited to another party that's going to have tons of food, and you're going to eat again. And then the following weekend, you have to go to a wedding, which is going to have plenty of yummy food. And then you go to another party, a friend's birthday. There may be some alcohol with empty calories, meaning that empty calories, meaning that calories you're intaking that are not even healthy. There's no nutrients in it at all for you to even make it worthy. And alcohol, like beer, is considered very fattening and full of calories. So, and then you may have dessert at the party. There's a lot of potluck going on, a lot of food variety to try. You may overeat because it's fun, it's sociable, and it's a social environment with all your great friends and family there, so it's fun. And drink some wine with that, and drink some hard liquor shots, and smoke some cigarettes too, who knows, right? And the list goes on. It's like, when do we make time to take care of our body more and what we intake, or the environment that we're in? Is there a lot of food? Is there alcohol? Is there smoking involved as well? You know, the list goes on. That becomes very damaging to your body as a whole, not just one thing, but a whole combination of what you do. So it's hard when you're busy with friends and family, going to events and parties and get-togethers, baby shower, bridal shower, you know, a company celebration where there's tons of wine and food and cocktails and yummy hors d'oeuvres. Everything is so yummy, and you just end up overeating every weekend or every week throughout the week as well. So trying too hard to lose weight because there's so many things going on in your life can put a lot of stress on you. And when you go through a lot of stress, it's going to affect your sleep level, your quality of sleep as well. The stress of guilt that you put upon yourself from overeating and overindulging at parties and so on, because it's so yummy and you can't hold back. And on top of that, you're not exercising enough. You're not burning off enough calories. So your body is going to keep on gaining weight, retaining a lot of water fluid, and so on. Jet, turn it down. And so, like I said, you're better off of not trying to think too much about losing weight, because when you try too hard to lose weight, your mind is going to have this constant mind chattering, saying, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight, oh my gosh, I feel so guilty, I ate that big slice of cake, it was so delicious and yummy, I couldn't hold back, I had alcohol, I smoked some cigarettes too, I ate 4 plates at a buffet, it was so delicious, I couldn't help it. You know, the list goes on. And when you have packed on so much stress, stress after stress, you're not going to be able to sleep well. And when you have a lot of stress, your hormones are going to release something that's going to cause your body to gain weight and retain a lot of water in your body, okay? And this thing with sleep deprivation, you're not going to get much sleep because your body's going to release a lot of stress hormones, and your mind is going to be mind chattering all night. It's going to be very hard to sleep. And when you don't get enough sleep, proper sleep, when your body gets into a deep REM sleep level, that's when your body's burning off a lot of calories while you sleep. If you're getting an average of 3 to 4 hours, even 5 hours is very little sleep. If you're just getting about 3 to 5 hours of sleep every day, you're pretty much doomed. Your body's not going to get a deep quality of sleep, because when your body is in such a deep REM sleep, that is when, at that stage, is when your body is repairing itself, okay? And it's burning a lot of calories while you sleep. And sometimes when you're in a deep sleep, when you wake up, do you figure out why you're hot and sweaty? It's because your body's burning hundreds of calories while you sleep. So if you don't get enough sleep, your body's not going to be able to repair itself, okay? It's not going to be in a deep quality of sleep where you're in a deep REM sleep, where you're dreaming and stuff. If you're not getting that type of sleep, your body's not able to burn enough calories while you rest and while your body is healing, where the cells are being repaired, okay? And when you don't get enough sleep, your body's not able to recover itself daily. Therefore, you wonder why you're looking old quicker than your other friends and family, or that you're getting more wrinkles, your hair is starting to get more white and gray, silver hair color growing, and your hair is losing its natural pigmentation of like your original hair color, and it's all going to no pigmentation, which is the plain white, silver, gray hair. and you wonder why your skin is uneven color, especially it shows up in the face more easily than on your body. So when your face has uneven skin tone, it makes you look even more unhealthier. And you're going to get more wrinkles. You wonder why your skin is sagging more. You're going to wonder why you get more freckling more easily. Your body mechanism is not able to fight the UV ray from the sun, from the natural sun that's causing the skin damage, because when you eat enough nutrients, it's going to build like a fighting mechanism to protect your skin from getting a lot of UV ray damages. It kind of leaves like a protective sunscreen on your body so you don't get so much skin damage to show up, like freckling, wrinkles, and so on, and sunburns and stuff. So if you eat really healthy, your body is going to produce body repairs that it could fight against damage from the sunlight. Okay, so be aware of that, you know, so eat healthy. So your best remedy is to make sure you eat healthy as possible and pick better choices of foods that you eat. I mean, you don't want to eat like too much sweets at a lunch or dinner or at an event or party or birthday or wedding or any event, whatever, or get together or potluck get together. You still have a choice to pick healthier foods to eat there, and you have a choice to limit on how much food you eat, and you have a choice to not drink too much alcohol because it has a lot of empty calories that are not nutritious at all for you. And you still have a choice not to smoke cigarettes just because everyone is smoking at a party and drinking alcohol. You still have choices in life. Just because that there's parties going on in your life, it doesn't mean that your life ends there. You can still go and enjoy your time, but you have to have control of your life and control how much you intake food and what choices you select. You still have a choice if you want to attend these events. And just remember that life does not end. It only ends if you choose to end it. So if you want to take care of yourself, you want to feel beautiful inside and on the outside, then you need to make the extra effort to take care of yourself, make better choices for yourself, and keep yourself healthy and happy. And just remember that don't try too hard to lose weight, because you're going to end up thinking about food too much, and it's going to trigger you to be hungry because you're just thinking about food or what to eat all the time, what you should or should not eat. That's going to cause the cortisol stress levels to go up and released, and that's going to trigger your body to store fat and cause your body to retain a lot of water in your body. So you're going to feel bloated, you're going to feel fat and very tired and very uncomfortable. And don't forget, that may trigger you to even want comfort foods that are junk food, because don't forget, when you get stressed out, it can trigger you to desire and want to feel better. It wants you to find something to give you a quick fix to feel good, and just turn it down. And what you may have noticed is that every time you eat junk food, like sweets, other unhealthy fried foods or high fattening foods, those overly processed foods have really toxic bad chemicals that affect your brain. And it triggers your body with that high sugar, that junk food, the deep fried foods that gets your taste buds crazy. And when that stuff gets digested in your body, it gets into your bloodstream, it triggers a moment that causes your brain signal to be like, oh, it makes me feel good. I need that I need that addiction to keep going and going. I need that addictive feeling of feeling good. What it does is that these type of chemicals in these foods, junk food or fried foods or whatever that are not good for you, or overly processed foods, the chemicals in there triggers you to release like a feel-good hormone. Okay, it's like a drug. It's almost like cocaine. You're addicted. Okay, you need it to feel good. You get that release. You get that high. And so those type of chemicals are just as bad as what's in the food that we eat. It's very scary. So remember that if your stress levels are high, it's going to trigger you to want to desire and want to find something to fix it. and you notice that every time you overeat or eat junk food and stuff, or bad overly processed foods, or pretty much unhealthy stuff, you're going to trigger the feeling good hormones to be released, because those chemicals are doing that to your body. And you're going to end up eating it every time you feel down. You're going to eat yourself away with the stuff that you shouldn't be eating. You're going to keep craving for that temporary fix of that problematic emotions that you're having and pain and stress you're going through. So you become an enemy to yourself. And don't forget the trickling effects of intaking high sugar foods. It's very detrimental to your body. Intaking a lot of candy or intaking a lot of fruits and combining it with other unhealthy sugars and processed foods, and everything you eat is going to add up, and when it gets digested in your body, all of the sugar at once is going to go into your bloodstream, and you're supposed to actually die. And the reason why you're not dying is because your pancreas organ, your pancreas releases, what it does is it releases insulin, okay? Your insulin will shoot up immediately in order to balance and control the high sugar level in the blood, to bring it down. Because if your pancreas is not producing proper insulin, you will become diabetic and you can die so easily at any time. So the insulin is actually protecting your body. Once the insulin's released, it will control the sugar level back to normal. But the problem is, when your insulin shoots up, that is when it becomes a big bad thing, because insulin is a fat producing hormone. Okay, can you hear that? It's very scary. When your insulin shoots up because you have such high sugar in your bloodstream, your insulin shoots up very high all of a sudden in order to control the sugar level, so your body will not die. The insulin is a fat producing hormone. So what happens is, when your insulin's high, it's signaling to your body, to your brain, saying, okay, your body is going through a starvation mode. It's starving. You're gonna die, so we're gonna help you, okay? What we're gonna do is, we're gonna make your body store the fat to save it for later use, because you're starving right now and you're gonna die. So we're gonna reserve as much fat as possible for later use when you really need it, because your body is starving and it's gonna die soon. So what happens is that your body, instead of burning out fat really good and all that stuff, your body is storing it. It's not using that fat. And therefore, you're gonna gain more weight more easily. And also, your body is saying, since you're starving, you're gonna be dehydrated soon too. So because you're gonna die soon, we're gonna make sure that we retain as much fluid as possible, that you will not die. So we can reserve the fluid in your body, so while you're starving, you will not die too soon. Your body will still utilize the remaining fluid in your body. So we're gonna keep your body retained with as much fluid as possible. And you know what happens? That's when you become bloated and feeling a lot of water retention in your body. And your body is not going to burn off fat that easily, because it's going to a storing mode to protect your body from dying. So the trickling effect, scientifically, is to save you. Your body is actually a fighting machine. It's actually a fighting machine trying to save your life. And by saving your life, it's helping you reserve fat. So when you starve, you will not die. You'll just use little fat at a time to store the remaining fat for later, so you can live longer. And if you go on for days without drinking fluid, it knows that's going to happen, because starving is part of fluids in your body. And so it knows that you're going to be dehydrated, so it's going to make you even more bloated. You're going to feel that you've gained more weight, when part of it is actually water retention, where you feel bloated, you feel like you've gained a lot of weight, but part of it is a lot of water weight too. And over time, if you don't take care of yourself, those water weight are going to be eventually turned into fat too, because you're not exercising enough, you're eating you're eating a lot of high sugar foods, and you're already eating your fruits, right? You're healthy, right? But look at what else you're eating. You're eating a lot of overly baked goods, overly sugared processed foods, eating a lot of really unhealthy stuff. So to really start somewhere, it starts with you. Don't try too hard to lose weight because it's going to cause a lot of stress and you're going to think about food all the time and it's going to trigger hunger. But if you're more relaxed about losing weight, and remember, I'm not trying to say don't think about losing weight, eat whatever you want. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be too focused on trying too hard to lose weight because you don't want to be stressed out. When you get stressed out, it's going to trigger your desires for feeling good foods, which are junk food or overly processed foods or high-fattening foods or fried foods. Stress will lead to craving for those type of bad foods. So you want to reduce stress as much as possible. And make sure you exercise every single week, like 3 to 5 times a week if you can, okay? And make sure that you stay away from stress as possible. Stay away from negativity as much as you can. I know you get stressed out from working, but make sure when you're done working, make sure you don't bring your work with you emotionally and mentally and physically exhausting yourself. Then you really have to. So just be aware, just like people who are diabetic, they have to shoot insulin in themselves every single day, okay? And if they don't shoot insulin, whatever they eat, the sugar will kill them off very quickly. So they need to manually inject insulin in them to control the sugar level so it doesn't go overboard. It helps balance out the blood, okay? And you don't want to go through that. It is a nightmare to shoot insulin in your blood vein every day into your arm. You know how much of a nightmare that is? It's a lot of work, and a lot of stress, and a lot of pain, but you don't want to be diabetic, and you don't want to be obese, you don't want to be unhealthy. You want to be there for yourself, and it starts with you. So if you're more relaxed about losing weight, you won't be too stressed out. Therefore, if you're not too stressed out, then you won't be desiring and craving for food or thinking about food or counting calories, counting fat, counting carbs, counting everything that can stress you out. And when you're not too stressed out and you're not trying too hard to lose weight by thinking about losing weight too much, you won't be thinking about food too much. And it won't remind you to keep wanting to eat, 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 eat. So when you're not too stressed out about losing weight, you're not going to really think about food much. And you'll even like not even eat because you're not hungry, you see? So it's like a mind game. Your mind becomes your enemy if you allow it. So the next couple videos, I'll talk about more other stuff that all intertwine together and correlate, okay? Thanks for watching.